I didn't really get a good look at what this city is like. That I had no idea. Hmm. Did you? The tripod found me a piece of paper. Gonna step away. Oh my God! I used that leg. The hip has been busted, useless. So I had a half-ass massage yesterday, and it held right there. So that's all I care. All I cared. That's all I wanted. But choke. I threw in these paperweights. Right here. Yeah. It was sort of bounced away. He does. Well, maybe he thought it was a form of communicating. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, God. That's the only gem blemish. You do. Oh, I found it. This is what I found from the first one. Daniel said it. Spots on the back page in text. Oh, lock. Look at that. Thank you, God. They told me a friend. So I didn't have to be affronted. God, you see all the stuff we just came up with? Okay. Okay, now we didn't get that. And text block. Black. Text. Doesn't say textbook. Oh, okay. What the hell? They aren't supposed to be the person I came to understand. Can I do it this time? This is an ebook, so I'm finally going to. Found out I could do it the other day. I found myself with a reason. Big trip out to Target, and I met this guy there. His stuff. Can't get the QR off of this. Is busted. I could probably touch it up, but I'll get on the phone and this will be the first book I've ever cared to take care of. It's always looked this way too. See, I grew up on indie game. Looked at it every day. Thought about it every day. Read from it almost, if not every day. It's like I didn't like bad habits stuff. So recently, oh, that's never mind. Trying to clean up a mess. Yeah, these things, and I never noticed mistakes actually coalesce. Well, it isn't coalescing, is it? In fact, it's, I don't know. Maybe it's a proof. It was something as a proof. Now we're talking. Yeah, I can say this. See, I've got this big, I could say that part. I don't want to do anymore. He's heard me do anymore. Shit's yes. Worth it to me. I didn't, you didn't see me, well, you saw off bailing. I'll do that some other day. See? I'm already adding to it. See? I mean, that would just destroy, it would sink it. You know. Oh my God, I never heard of that RDHC thing. C. HC. I bet you started your first 100 books. HC. RD. Get off my back. I don't know that. God, I haven't looked at that. I got an email from this. I got a letter. It was filled with all these BLM references. I don't want to. That's what it was. The end game came to me. It was new. It came to me the next morning after I was arrested at the big wheel. And I eventually lost that copy halfway through till now I would get, I mean, that's what you know, it was a third, maybe a quarter, makes some kind of mathematical sense. I can get teeth in that too. Hold on. Just because I lose my thread doesn't mean it can't be found again. I mean, I've never seen finding myself practicing, let's say. Yeah, see, I mean, I was defeated in the tail end of that. And God passed that. Indian Lake Road, New Directions. Well, I wish I just did this. I wouldn't do it in chapters and verse. Of course, last thing he did was ask for permission. Jesus, she wrote me a message, an email. So she had to say was I told somebody to tell, or I told you to stay away, or someone to stay away. I didn't feel. God, what experience has been. Okay. Don't think twice. It's all right. That's all we did in Endgame. Is the guy goes, he does something, comes back down, goes, remembers he forgot to do something, goes. That's all he does. That was my initial experience of this coming to party. Yeah. And there was something about 3 out of 4. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. That's 1 step forward, 2 steps. Yeah. Okay. Here is somewhere. That's what I wanted to do. I did this to Randy Tudor, Tudor. He hasn't spoken since he let me know how he felt about it. That's the end of that sense. Here's some. I did this to hit some. Hold on to Mary saying. If ever is lost. I was looking for my. I couldn't really. I felt like using my A. Nail clippers, but I couldn't feel enough for something horrible sensation. I've seen. Okay. But I can't do it. It's just ridiculous. Can't possibly. So it is the first time I've ever seen books on a page where the words on a page in a book. First time I've ever get to have that. I get to have the same sensations I did, or I missed out on when I first opened Endgame. That's what we're talking about. See, you try to it doesn't come. Live with it. Okay. Can I do any more in one day? Ever? over my shoulder. Wouldn't that make perfect sense? Got one light over there. See that? Now that has been the ultimate quarrel argument. If ever a whiz there was, the wizard was one because. Oh, my TV ceiling time. Talk about, I mean, that thumb suckered on that for decades, doesn't it? Really? But she said some things ahead of time, before they happened. Yeah, I finished that. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so you got to check that out. Find those phrase dang. Find that. I have nothing to get. Did you see that? I understand what's called a fruit fly. Right. Fine. You know, we had a science thing in the basement on Cemetery Road. Oh, I did think about that on top. And I remember it because I just thought it was so. I just realized that none of the tools were. So we had we were going to have a science club. We were going to, maybe my mom suggested it. And fruit flies. I was going to, my urge of study would be fruit flies. And then I had this, I've never thought of it this way at all. I've thought of it a few times. But then it just, this understanding. I mean, there was nowhere I could see to enter that stream. So, yeah, fruit fly. Basement, Cemetery Road, irrigation ditch between us, sewer on the other side. We flush the toilet, run over and see whether, and it was probably just effluent. I know that's not, but I won't ever have to apologize for my lack of words again, if you ask me. I have nothing to give you, but that's all right, because knowledge of lack is possession. We can go back anytime. Should I do it now? Why not? That'd be the natural swing. I have nothing to give you, but that's all right, because you see, sure, they're all caps. It's all in caps. Down that road now. Yeah, because I put those together. Now they're wedged away. Knowledge of lack is possession. I mean, I swung right through it because I'd read it once. I've read this. I didn't understand reading anything. I haven't read anything. Well, see, I haven't recognized anything since. I read Endgame for the first time from start to finish after about 10 years. That's how I remember it. I mean, a decade. Anyways, 10 years now. But I looked that up the other day to see if there were any. I tried. There you go. There's a good example of a stream you can't figure out how to embark. Or let's not get into that. Back to the stream. See, I get to drop that now. I became aware of that, my capacity for that. So that was a step I noticed on taking years ago. Okay, so wait, I might claim it. Yeah, come back here. Oh, the fruit fly. Yeah. And then there's the internet thing. Oh yeah, what was I looking up? Trying to look up. HCRD. OEOC. All right, gotta get back to something concrete. Knowledge of lack is possession. I wrote someone a message today that said, lack of presence, have presence. And singular. Recognized absence is presence. So it's a good place for it. Knowledge of lack is possession. Wow. 2 things in 2 pages. At least. Perceive them to as a planet. Sit on that in my completely careful with the book or books. I lost the first one. Let's see this one. Yeah. It's not in those 2 most likely places. After that, I've lost interest. Yeah. My second end game. Just not attractive. I mean, it'll pay a price on the auction block. But see, this is where it started. There, I stepped on it. Tried to pick it up. Didn't let it stop me this time. I got the air. That's what I was reckoning with HCRD. Also. Yeah, so I have nothing to be proud of so far. Except that lettering incident. Okay. And I noticed some videos trail off. I mean, like the entire second half of it trailing around. I just got sobbing myself, found myself wandering past. I guess maybe this one. Yeah, the conceptual artists. They all seem to miss the concept that they weren't Marcel Duchamp. So why follow up anyway? Yeah, so I was very resentful, and then even, I mean, didn't take it that personally. It was just fucking disgusting and dry to the point of, I had it misunderstood. It's a poison rat. It dies of thirst, or it dies because it drinks so much it drowns. I couldn't ever thought that one, so there has to be a thing. And then there's a missing one, so that makes 4. Okay. So that was there. This is that. This is this. And I have the other one. Everyone needs to know, so we will get that out. I have to have the capacity for ebooks to do this. On this page, Wayne T-Baud, B-A-U-D. Check. No, I'm not going to bother you. Okay. On these buildings. Also from Helen, see from New Directions. I only saw that. It went through the roof. So I returned to this to make a big deal out of it, and it wasn't there. So that's what you see. This is an ebook, so I'm finally going to get into it. I'm finally going to find out how. I mean, I tried a million times. Never ran into a teacher. Teacher taught. Look at that. I believe it's a horse hitting me. Oh, I'm gonna have to look at it now. I mean, I could be wrong, you know. No, it's gotta be an ass, right? I mean, that's a religious. You can't go away from that. So there were the words on on the gallery walls. I'm repeating myself. It's just the last thought you had was that if you're an artist, you'll have your paintings in a room with white walls sometimes. So we had those kind of pretend things, you know, sort of common, what, you know, where it's horrible, land hand, let them. We had one of those, you know. We would have been out there jingling. But yeah, you just thought, of course, white wall went with it, with the fact that you were being an artist, and these people were taking it up with some form that. Yeah, okay, it helped. Let's say, yeah, let's say it helped. But yeah, and I didn't really care. Brutto. So the first time I saw that, and of course I thought Bruto, and I lived with a puppy. His name was Brucho. They had they were married into Latin Americans or Latin American. So I asked, is that a Latin name? Innocent question. Brucho. My heart, bones, everything. God, I can't take this, can I? I don't know how to take it. You know, I can't spend that much time in. I mean, it's just, jeez, God, maybe I'll switch on at some point. This is getting spooky. Isn't that what he says? Craps last take. Hold on. Rito. Here's somewhere. Italics, I found it. The ones that weren't all caps, right? That would do for me. Oh my God. Here is some more. If ever, I could check and see if there. I've never had one fail in terms of. Oh, geez. Yeah, it's going. So all the boxes are checked. All the check boxes are marked off. I know this will improve things. We'll knock it down enough. I have a cat for their concerns for a while. She won't let me do. Yeah, doesn't matter. Incognito. 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 Yeah, I was on the only this little bitty room downstairs. It was plenty big. The freaking yacht, man. I mean, he had all these sort of students, different levels of. Anyway, he was in Phoenix East Aviation, yeah, and he had a little sailboat, and just in the dock. There you were. Check box. Box. I have nothing to give you, but that's all right because knowledge of lack is possession. See, then it turns into poetry, where it becomes when you know something by heart, you the rhythms, you're free with that alone. Knowledge of lack is possession. Recognized absence is present. Perceived emptiness, plenitude. Get. To have not and know it is to have. What is that called between those? I mean, a quote is when there's two. What's that? That's got to have a name. I didn't know that. I wouldn't have cared before what I was reading as well as this morning. Oh yeah, just after when after he'd finally discovered his they mentioned halfway through the book in a review about mathematics, like the second half would be that, but no, I'm thinking it's just that's where she started the book the other 100 times when she introduces the abbreviations HC and RD. And if I have it wrong, guess what? It'll straighten itself out like those metronomes. Some trick. Okay, now I should be able to read it all down at once. So that was what I was saying, right? 10 years in, I read Endgame from cover to cover, including the notes, of course. But you just spend the time going across at the speed a person reads something when they're, let's say, scoping it out. And took 45 minutes or something. I'm not proud. It's the 10 years. It's the 10 years in it took that I'm proud of, aren't I? Wouldn't I? Shouldn't I? And there we look. This is from the one thing that ever gave me a trance. I mean, ever. I mean, God, I'm lucky to have one, but I did. I'll tell you about it, of course. That's not rough. It's going to leave. Yeah. It's very much like that. I mean, I might actually end up being able to, because it's not going anywhere. It might be, I mean, I might be able to play with it. I can paint on the LC. It's glass. And anyway, the thing, you can tell, so I could paint on the front or the back, whatever is not showing right there. And I might be able to find, anyway, this thing put me in a trance. It was this red into yellow. That's all I have to do. I can go on the other side if I can figure out how to make that smear. That's how I made those other paintings, the parrot. I'm playing with it because it is new to me that the biggest word I ever had anything to do with is just now coming into common use, we'll call it. Something. Anyway, so I had these, you saw them. The red is going like that. The yellow would start on the other side, go like that, and it would, or the way you would do it, just like I was thinking. I was teaching myself how tattoo would work because I had one made, and I thought, how can I fix this fuck up, right? So anyway, it got me to reference. Last thing I did was that princess one. I said, I'm going to try this one more time, and that's that. And it was the last one I did. But I couldn't find it on my website the other day. Oh, God, I got to be sure to talk to Mark about that. He spells his name wrong. That's the big joke. I'll get to talk about that and Mark jokes. Okay, where was I? All over the place. I know. The slipping stream side by that. I don't remember what that was about. I know we can find out though. It's in there. Camera thing. You're the birdie? I have nothing to say. I mean, there it is. I know there's nothing in there. But oh, there it is. I was wrong. My sunglasses. Now, I have the choice to be embarrassed or not. You can see I found my way out of that again. This one you could start a fire with. Oh, they use these to keep acetylene from leaving marks. See, I'm getting too hard on myself, watching every word, every way. Oh, no, no, I should. Oh, I have to now. That's a car of my daughter made that I was so shameful with it. That's what I wanted to. I mean, it is where it is. I guess that was my way of taking care of it, was just having it be part of my life. With all the bald spots, etc. Anyway, so I fell in love with this woman. She was she is doing, she's working up that other channel. Boy, you should have seen that. Slipped right out. Didn't meet, it fell in my hand. Got caught by my butt. And anyway, of course, one time she was saying something raw, convoluted. I don't remember what it would have been, but I just threw out. I had to. I'm from Sydney, because she had finally mentioned the only reason anyone, the first thing anyone thinks of when they think of Australia. And I was. We spelled it wrong. Back to that hat. It's a hat trick. Oh God, now maybe we read this again. At least look at it. Looking is great. To see the end game will, that book will, a new copy of that book on paper, the new copy. I mean, they can't have changed much. They should make an infinite run. They could do that. But they have to announce it as the first one. It's not get obvious. In which Nick buys a Harley. See? I can't take it. I just turn it around and float. You see it? It's a gnat. It's a fruit fly. That's what got me off the track. Off the beaten track. It's not gonna look that. I'm not watching anymore. Damn it. Hold on.